So some blooms are like that big, and then others are like these huge blooms, right? 8 feet tall.
And all stinky.
All stinky.
It's been 6 years since the Toronto Zoo had a giant stink. That was the last time their giant corpse flower bloomed.
This one right here, like this is the underground storage organ, right? So this one will only bloom about that high. It's nothing too crazy. But the ones that we're talking about in the media right now, from Sydney especially, that you see, that's like 8 feet tall, 8 feet plus. So they're these huge charismatic blooms that really showcase just how crazy plants can be.
The blooming of a giant corpse flower is such a rare event that when it happens, like it did this week in New York and Sydney, Australia, people tune in from around the world. And while they no longer have the giant size at the zoo, they do have a large one that bloomed last year.
We had 10 of them in our collection at one point in time. Obviously, they have died out at this point. Unfortunately, like we're hoping to get them in the future, but definitely they're a sight to behold.
But what you might not know is that those smelly plants come in all sizes.
These wouldn't give off as much smell because they're smaller, but that must be something if all of these would to bloom at the same time.
Oh, if all of them bloomed at the same time, it would be a whole different ballgame. I don't know that we could get people in the greenhouse.
No matter the size, these plants are named the corpse flower for good reason.
Purpose of them smelling bad is actually to attract their pollinators, right? So they have a lot of different carrion beetles and those things that are drawn to rotting flesh. If you've ever smelled like a dead mouse in the house somewhere, your nose picks up on that really, really quick. That's the smell that's drawing in these pollinators.
So while it could be many years before the Toronto Zoo has another giant corpse flower, this large one is likely to bloom again in the next 2 to 3 years. At the Toronto Zoo, Audra Brown, City News.